I hope that people will support and come to these in-person lab readings by Antaeus for several reasons. One, uh, myself and these four other talented writers that are presenting have pieces that I believe deserve to be seen by an audience, but also it's a good fundraising thing for this company. When you look at the plight of 99 intimate theater in Los Angeles or across the country or the world even, in these last 2 years, where most things have had to be done virtually, or in Antaeus's case, they did the zip code plays, which was a kind of a smashing success. So to be limited in that way and to not have a stream of income as they've had in the past, this is a good way to support intimate theater. And for those people who love the theater, coming out to these readings will help support. Hi, I'm Steve Apostolina. I am the playwright of the play Killer. And if you'd like to learn more about it and what is going to be happening at the Antaeus Theater Lab results, listen in. I'm really excited that Antaeus is starting back up again as we sort of move from a pandemic to an endemic state here. People have missed live theater. We've been all cooped up in our homes. And I'm just so thrilled. Usually, at least for me as a playwright, the final piece of a puzzle for a play is to get audience reaction, to see how things are landing. And so I finally get to do this along with four other very talented writers. And so we're all very excited to be a part of this. The idea from Killer came from several sources. The original source was I'm also a voiceover actor, and I had worked on a film called Concussion. And after I worked on that film, it was pretty affecting. I started to do, my own little Google research, and there was a study in 2018 that showed that 99% of the brains that they examined post-mortem of professional football players had some form of CTE. And that was really pretty shocking to me. I've been a football fan since the early 60s, and I was born in Texas, and I was suited up to play football at 6 years old. I didn't grow that much, so I didn't continue on. But I played a lot. I became a huge fan. And so the idea came because there was a conflict, because I still love watching football. And it was a conflict of what am I watching and the damage that's being done. And so that's where the general idea came from. The main story arc of the play follows Dixie, a mother who home cares for her son who has suffered a traumatic brain injury. And on this particular day, a producer from a TV show, a documentary sports series, is coming to interview the family to see if they might be included in one of their episodes. And this particular show is kind of a sensation, a documentary series, kind of like a 30 by 30 on ESPN. And it could mean a lot of money going toward their GoFundMe campaign to help with the medical costs, because they're just outrageous, and they can barely afford to take care of their son who needs this help. So this would be a great opportunity. I felt like I had to write this play because of one of the reasons I have to write most of my plays. I think there's two reasons. One, to liberally steal from Albee. He said, because I need to get it out of my head, and so I can move on with other things. The other part of it is whenever I struggle with a particular issue and there's some gray areas in it, I kind of do my own little examining throughout the course of writing the play. And so that's why I felt I had to write this. the actors in this play, alphabetically, we've got Amir Abdullah, Tanya Alexander, Shannon Lee Claire, Mark Dorr, Shannon Holt, Steven Tyler Howe, and Rob Nagel. And the casting process was kind of a coordination between the staff at Antaeus and also the director, Greg T. Daniel. And Greg and I formerly worked together. He directed a radio play of mine that was produced by Antaeus. So one of the things I really enjoy about Greg, and I've seen his directing on stage prior, but also is that we are very close in age. And so we kind of have a shorthand with each other, sort of cultural events that happen in our day, if we can refer to these things. So that's pretty good. As far as the actors, I've worked with Rob Nagel and Steven Tyler Howe before, both great experiences. I've worked with Rob many times, and the others I've met or worked with virtually, and look forward to meeting them in person. We have just a great company, and I'm really excited by it. As in most of my pieces, I hope that the audience has an experience that is at the same time entertaining, but also thought-provoking. And I hope that the audience goes away discussing what happened in the play, and perhaps having maybe a different or a new ray of light on the subject of not only the CTE in football, but there's a lot of other issues in this play that come about as a result of this gathering, and religion, and also hate. And there's a lot of things. I won't give things away so as not to be spoiler, but there's a lot to unpack in this piece. When there's a live production of a staged reading or a production, what I look for is the reaction from the audience. They're going to help tell me if things are landing. Sometimes silence is an amazing thing. If there's a very dramatic scene and you can hear a pin drop, you know that you've done your job. If people are rustling about and moving around and impatient, you want to take them on a journey. And for however much that time is, that 90 minutes that you're there in the theater, you want to have them suspend the disbelief that they're in a theater and that they're actually kind of voyeuristically, in a way, peeking in on these lives of these people and becoming involved in their stories. And that's what I look for. The other plays that we have are all listed on the Antaeus webpage. You can go and you can look under lab results, and you can see the amazing array of writers that we have that are presenting. And I know each of these plays, they've been developed through Antaeus Lab, and each of them has a unique voice and really exciting. And so if you can, see them all. Antaeus needs your support financially, and basically just people in seats, for several reasons. Obviously, theater is a void if you don't have an audience, so you want to have an audience, but also to help support this theater and the thriving that they can do with your support, in person and financially, will keep intimate theater alive. And personally, I make my living. I like to say I make my living doing voiceover and acting, but it supports my theater junkie habit. Theater doesn't pay nearly as well as film and TV, and people that do it, that have a great passion for it, and they love it, and they have a desire to share with the community. And this is the way that we have chosen to share our wish to communicate. And so your support is greatly appreciated. Hi, I'm Steve Apostolina. I'm the playwright of a play called Killer, which is going to be presented at Antaeus Theater. It's part of their lab results. My particular play runs Sunday, April 3rd at 2 p.m. And you can get tickets at antaeus.org, go under their lab results. I have a killer director. I have a killer cast, and I believe I have a killer play. So come see us for a killer afternoon at Antaeus.